love the part when I was like,
Give me a little kamikaze. Give me a little bonsai. Wake up in here.
They're going to the land where the code of the ninjas began.
You are not Japanese. I can do it.
Now, for the first time, the true story.
Welcome Japan.
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 I'm nothing but a worthless gaijin.
Boom. Okay. 3, 2. Hey everybody, welcome to the Welcome Japan podcast with your good old sexy host, Mr. TkyoSam. Here I'm joined with one of my sexy, good, longtime subscriber, slash friend, slash sex friend, slash all around just drifter of cars, Mr. Mr. Tian, Mr. Hot Sex of the Boobs, California drifter. And we are going to talk all about Oita prefecture in southern Japan. Today we're gonna learn more about Tuan, where he's from, how he's, how his journey was related to Japan, and yeah, let's get to this hot sex. Okay, so anyway, yeah, Tuan, thanks for coming on the podcast today, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Hey man, anytime sexy people want to be on my podcast, I mean, I can't really say no. I mean, come on, it's just like, wow. What are you doing here, Anyway, so why don't we, just like every other podcast that we've had on here so far that you guys have probably listened to up until this point, I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to all the people on Patreon and all the other people who sponsored this podcast. Guys, honestly, thank you so much. Without your help and consideration, we wouldn't be making this as sexy as it is right now. The point is, just like every podcast, we're going to learn a little bit about the person that we're interviewing here, and then we're going to also find out a little bit more in general stuff and knowledge about their prefecture of where they lived, and then we're going to hear specifically their awesome recommendations for the hot sex with the boobs, aka their wonderful prefectural stories. And anyway, let's just jump into it. So first off, Tuan, do you have like an online handle, or is there a different name that you want to be called?
No, that Tuan is that's what people call me, so that's my name, and it's no other nicknames.
It's not like hot skater guy 1969 / fucking heel flip or something, nothing like that.
I mean, I got an old like AOL Instant Messenger handle, but like nothing like.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Yeah, and just like all the other podcasts that we've done so far up until now, guys, at the end, the guest can plug whatever they want at the end. So usually the reason why I ask if you have a different name online is so some people that come on here, they have their own YouTube channel or their own blog, or they're authors or whatever. So they want to plug their stuff, but anyway, I'll let you think about that throughout the whole thing. So anyway, Tuan, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, California.
LA, nice. And how old are you right now?
I'm currently 28.
Oh shit, what up? Yeah, fuck, 28. And so what are your current hobbies, if you could just tell me 3?
My current hobbies, okay, yeah, fixing my own car. I recently had a chance to just restore my own vehicles, and like I've been getting into the whole drift scene. I've always been interested in it, but I never had tools or knowledge or know-how or friends that worked on their own cars. So when I came back to LA a couple years ago, I just got involved with that. And besides that, I've been like cooking a lot, like barbecues, and just like a whole lot of American stuff.
America. Have you been to the gun range at all?
That's I plan to. I haven't actually, but that's on my to-do list.
Hell yeah! You gotta go to the gun range with your bald eagle and just chill out and fucking eat some barbecue and yep, that's awesome. Okay, and vote Republican. Real America. So how long were you're not in Japan right now, so how long were you in Japan for, like total overall?
overall, I was there for 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. And are you currently married? Are you in a relationship? And if so, is that with a Japanese person?
I am not in a relationship with a Japanese person
Okay,
right now. No,
but you're not married or anything.
I'm not married now.
Okay, okay. Have you ever dated a Japanese person?
Yeah, yeah, I have. Yes.
Okay, and how would you say your Japanese level is? Like, and I'm not talking about JLPT bullshit. I mean, like, can you function? Can you go to the supermarket and be like, hey, I'm looking for, I don't know, white black pepper or something, you know?
Yeah, I would say with the first Japanese girl I dated, when I studied abroad, that was a real struggle because my Japanese wasn't that good at the time, and her English was like non-existent. So, and then back then, you're talking like 2007. There were no iPhones that like had like dictionaries or whatever, and so I had to use those old like flip phones that had like one word at a time translations. It was rough. I don't know how we dated, but that from with her, my Japanese definitely got much better. Just because like you're trying to how do you say it? Just do whatever you can to communicate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, definitely the motivation is higher when you're getting laid.
Hey.
Hey. No, but yeah, I agree. I think like, you know, people come over here and they'll say like, I remember Tofugu did the blogger. He did a really interesting video / blog post about how you shouldn't date a Japanese person, which is funny because that guy's never even fucking like he's lived in Japan for 5 seconds, but he blogs all the time about Japan. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
the guy, I know, I was just like, how can you be such a Japan expert if you
Hey.
fucking don't even fucking live in Japan? Anyway, I remember he had this whole video about how you shouldn't date Japanese people because to learn Japanese, because you're gonna sound like a girl at the end. And I'm like, you know, it's a lot easier to learn Japanese and sound like a chick and then be able to adjust it so you don't talk like that versus just not learning at all. So and plus
That's
you're getting
very true.
laid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I do remember that blog post. I do remember that he was that he did. Yeah,
you
I
remember that
that.
specific blog?
I do,
Yeah,
I
dude.
do. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, you know, like he's just being a hater, man. What you gotta do? Like,
Yeah, I was like, when was the last
Yeah.
time you got a fucking Japanese girlfriend? Come on, bro. You know, it's hating. That's hating. It's hating. To be fair, I mean, like, you know, he's probably, I don't know, I'm a little salty because I asked him to be in a couple video collabs when he was a lot smaller, around like my current size, and he was just like, yeah, I'm busy, but he didn't post anything forever. He wasn't doing any big projects. I was just like, well, fuck you too, buddy. But anyway, we're not here to fucking hate on small little fucking bloggers in Japan on the internet. But yeah, I definitely think that getting a Japanese significant other who doesn't speak any English is amazing for studying. And yeah, guys, get in there, bro, is like my buddy Tony likes to say. Just get in there. Come on. Don't fucking play around. Don't beat around the bush. Just get in there. Fucking just, yeah, dictionaries and shit. Okay, so your Japanese is pretty functional. What's if you had to pick 3 reasons on why you moved to Japan, what would they be?
wow, 3 reasons for why I moved to Japan. Okay, what the people, food, and the culture, I'd say.
Hell yeah. I always just say chicks, nugs, and grindage, but yours is better. Yours is better. Chicks, nugs, and grindage. They don't even have nugs there. No, dude, they got nugs, bruh. They got nugs. Yeah, no, that's okay, that's great. And so how did you end up actually in Japan? What was the process? What happened?
Well, I first went to Japan for an exchange program, like 1 year study abroad, and I didn't think about going at the time, but one of my Japanese classmates, this girl, actually I liked her, and she was like, "Tuan, we should go study abroad." I was like, "Yeah, I'm down," and then so I signed up, and then
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
and then, and she never signed up. And I got in and everything. She was like, "Yeah, I didn't submit my application." I was like, "All right, whatever." So that was that.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna.
Now we gotta Netflix and chill before Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix and chill in Japan, baby. Come on. What the hell? Why are you doing this to me? That's awesome. Well, I mean, hey, sometimes you're letting your dick take the lead. Sometimes leads you to very beautiful places,
And-
you know.
And I picked Oita because I was like, yo, like, where should I apply to? She's like, I want to go to Oita because, like, that's cheaper. I was like, all right, I'm doing Oita too.
Oh man, being young and horny and
man.
just being like, hey, fuck it. I mean, I get to go to, even if I don't get laid, I still get to go to Japan. So hey, you know, it's a win-win. Oh, that's
go.
awesome. That is fucking great. That's so cool. So okay, so that's how you ended up getting to Japan. Nice. So what? So you went to. So that's how you ended up going to Oita. And okay, so now that we've learned a little bit about TUAN'S background and Japan-related shit, why don't we just jump into those wonderful, hot, sexy prefecture questions? And so, you know, you talked about how you ended up in the prefecture. How long did you live in Oita for?
I lived there for 10 months.
10 months. Okay, and the whole time there you were a student.
Yes, that's right. Slash, like, part-time English teacher, but not really. But yeah, I actually said, like, people would ask me what's my baito, like, what's my part-time job. I said I teach English. I had 0 students. I was just saying that so I could, like,
Get
start
more
teaching,
students.
like,
Yeah. That's what I know. I used to do the same thing for male stripping. I never got any clients though. I just start crying on the fucking podcast. Why didn't they love me? They loved the other hot guys. It's the Ginyu Force all over again. What's No, but that's okay. So that's cool. So you were there. So like, let's ask some questions about Oita then, because I mean, I think as long as you were somewhere for more than, as long as you're somewhere for like 6 months, you're getting a grasp of that place, because you're at least experiencing 2 seasons, and you've been there longer than 30 days, and so you're adjusting to life at that point. I think if my whole goal would be, now that I have permanent residency in Japan, would be to go live in other countries for like 3 months at a time, just to study the language, do some kind of fucking hobby, like Tim Ferriss says in like the 4-Hour Work Week, just take like mini retirements all around the fucking globe and just try to develop a skill plus the language as well. So definitely would be interested in that. But so anyway, so even if you were there for 10 months, that's still fine. Let's ask you some questions. So what food is from Oita? Because I think I've been to Oita, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah, food in Oita is toriten, which is like tempura chicken, and fugu is pretty popular there.
Huh.
And there's like the Oita style karaage is like sweeter. I really like it. They use like some apples or whatever. I'm a
Fucking
big fan.
apple fried Japanese fried chicken. Fried chicken. Oh, it's delicious. I just had some the other day at the fucking convenience store. I was just like, yep. I wasn't even coming here to buy some fried chicken. I was paying bills, but I want some goddamn fried chicken now. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. So fugu, the blowfish, and fried chicken. So so that covers some food. What food did you like to eat there besides the sweet fried chicken?
Actually, I really did like to eat the sweet fried chicken a lot, and yeah, it's I mean, this isn't just Oita, but there was this one takoyaki stand that like they serve some big joints, like the big, I don't want to say, I mean, yeah, big balls of octopus, and I enjoyed that a lot. But and then yeah, toriten. I wasn't really a big fan of toriten, but the karaage was real good.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, that's yeah, what is it? I mean, like, people forget that there's like more than one way to fry a chicken, but different batters and everything. But that's that's cool. That's cool. I get it. That's yeah. What about like any noodle dishes or anything like that? I mean, you're Asian. You gotta love. You gotta play the stereotype a little bit. There were some any noodle dishes that you really liked.
The in Oita, they had I went to a lot of ramen spots over there, and it was even like soba, like the soba places were good, but the Oita ramen I wasn't particularly a big fan of. I would go to like Hakata in Fukuoka and eat ramen there, and I enjoyed that much more.
Take that, Oita. You guys got left in the dust, bitches. Okay, cool. Yeah, no. I mean, like that's the food. You know, I mean, like, you know, when it comes to like food, it's just like there's so much stuff that I love to eat in Japan in general. I mean, like even if I'm curious, what besides like because I mean this is like a topic that we could really dive into, but I mean just like for your for food, not specifically to Beppu or Oita or whatever. What food do you really like to eat in Japan? I mean, so far everybody on this fucking podcast, or at least a majority of people have been saying Koko Ichiban curry, and I gotta admit,
yeah,
fucking...
low key, yeah, that's pretty bomb. I mean, I had that like everywhere I went.
Oh my god, yes, Koko Ichiban. It's just, I'm hungry. I didn't even eat breakfast yet, and it's like it's fucking noon, and I'm like, I could get Chinese food, or, wait, yeah, oh man, I could get Koko Ichiban. Oh, what do I? Yeah, the options are endless. Anything like a sushi, like I could eat kaiten sushi whenever. Koko Ichiban curry, fucking I don't know, just tempura, anything like izakaya, just
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, but definitely Koko Ichiban.
Yeah, I mean that was I was gonna say Katsu curry is one of my favorites.
Yes, the Katsu curry here is fucking just tits. Okay, so now question though. So in Oita, what city in Oita were you in?
I was in two spots. I was in Oita City, and then I had also lived in Beppu for a little while.
Okay, yeah, Oita City and Beppu. Now, what is Oita famous for?
That I don't know what it's famous
Well,
for
no,
now.
I mean, when you before you came there, what was something people told you about?
Yeah, the Meijidon. I think it's like this is their little mascot. It's like a little green bird.
Fucking little green bird, like mascot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little mascot, and what was? I mean, yeah, that was all I remember.
Well, Oita's famous for like onsens and shit too, right?
Onsen. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, that was you. Yeah, the onsen, and then there's like a monkey, like mountain, and there's an aquarium as well. Yeah, onsen. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. I went to tons of those.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember I have my own fucking Oita Beppu stories, but I want to hear more about just in general stuff, questions from you, and then I'm gonna dive into my stories while we're both diving into our own stories from that famous shit, etc. So why don't okay? So what about like what are some cool places that you went to in Oita that you can remember, like that are like nature wise or like city wise or just anywhere? Because I mean, like you've got mountains and the ocean there, right? Mm-hmm. So.
At that time, it was I was lucky. I was really into motorcycles at the time, and I bought one out in Japan when I was in Oita, and so that led me like I was able to drive and go wherever. That being said, I just remembered the first time I went to an onsen. It was in Beppu. And,
wow, what a that's like being like the first time I had sex with a chick. She was like a supermodel. That's you kind of like got the best experience with. Okay, nice. And she was just randomly at my friend's party. I just got in there. It was awesome. You didn't even try. It wasn't like even like a destination point. No, I just kind of stopped along the way. Nice, dude. Okay.
It was that onsen. It's like the 100-year-old one, like the oldest ones. In Beppu for sure. I don't know about all Japan, but like it was the one where you only paid like 100 yen or whatever, something stupid. And I remember like I walked in there into the shower and I was like, yeah, they weren't playing. Like dude's naked straight up.
Like, you're like, wow, everyone's naked.
I wasn't ready.
Fuck. Yeah, you weren't ready. You're just like, wait, I thought that was just a thing. I didn't think that was real. What the hell? Oh God. You know, then, yeah, I remember the first time I walked into the onsens and I was like, oh my God, all the stereotypes are true about Japanese men's penises. And then, you know, they do taste like green tea. Ugh. But up. Hey, you know, just shit. Hey, you didn't see that. You didn't expect it to go that way. Oh shit. So okay, so onsens, definitely onsens in Oita, specifically Beppu, or is it all around Oita?
Yeah, it's all around Oita. There's this one place called Yufuin, and that's in Oita Prefecture, and they have a bunch of onsens as well.
What's okay, so Oita, why is it so fucking? Is it on like? Are there a bunch of volcanoes or something there? I remember going to Beppu and it's just like giant fucking like you just climb up this mountain and it's just steam rising from all the all the like sewer grates and stuff. Just tons of steam and everywhere. Even in the houses, they had like onsen water faucets and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
why are there so many? Why is there so much hot water there? Is it like volcanoes? It has to be volcanoes or something, right?
Probably. I know that. Yeah, there are a lot of natural like hot springs there, so that's why there's a bunch of onsen.
God damn. That's what about like were there any cool places like in your mind, or like specifically like I don't know, like nature, just like beaches or like parks or like when you were on your motorcycle travels or whatever that you stopped by and you're like, damn, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, when I drove down to well, it was in the prefecture itself when I went to Miyazaki, and then the drive down the coast was pretty scenic, I'd say.
Okay, nice. And what about like in the city? Were there any cool places that you like to go in the city?
In Oita City,
Like any
yeah,
cool
that's a rough
I don't know,
one.
any buildings that just stick out of your mind that you might have gone to or visited more often?
um, dang, that it was like it was so long since I've been back there. In the city, yeah, I mean, there's this one part in the city where there's all the drinks. I mean, the drinking establishments like the nomiyas and stuff. And the craziest thing was that there was this one bar there that the master, his name was Mary, is a guy. His name's Mary, and I guess he just really enjoyed foreigners to the point where like me and my friends, we went there the first time, and he kept giving us alcohol and food, and we're like sir, like please, like stop, we don't have enough money to pay for all this. And he's like, no guys, like it's cool, it's on me, like don't worry about it. And so basically he didn't charge us to eat and drink there at all.
That's awesome. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So what was the wait? This was named. What was it named, or what was the place called, or whatever?
Oh, jeez, it was Mr. Mary. It's Mr. Mary, Marie.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know if it's still in business or not, but
Where
but
was this
basically,
in
yeah.
like
It was,
Oita or Beppu?
Yeah,
or-
it was in Oita. It was in Oita City, in that one part of Oita where all the bars are at.
Okay.
Yeah. And what his deal was like, every weekend, if foreigners or like, if we were coming through, then he would call all his like Japanese like customers and say, oh hey, like my foreigner friends are here, like come by and say hey, what's up. And that, I guess that was the thing, like little how he got more people to come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. So that kind of leads me to my next thing, which is what about? So how do I pick up chicks in Oita? I mean, how do I make friends? How do I pick up chicks in Oita? If I'm going to Oita, where do I go, bro? Come on.
Yeah, there's this place called oh my god, I forgot the name of it already. It was this like this foreigner runs a bar over there, and I don't know if he still does it, but before it was like twice a month he had this night called like Haze. It was just like an all you can drink like little club night thing, and I know there was a club in Beppu as well. Yeah, I mean that's where I met a lot of people.
Okay, so you're saying clubs and bars and stuff. What if I'm not a clubber or a bar person? Where else could I go to meet some chicks or just make friends?
It's a good question. Well, at the time I was a college student. I went to Oita University, and I had a bunch of friends over there. If I were traveling, then yeah, I don't even know where I go. There's a mall. There's like the Parcos and stuff as well. Maybe I don't know.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it works. Cool. What about So I guess what is okay, so you kind of, I mean, like, yeah, I've asked that question to a couple of people, like, so far, and they're like, hey, I'm married. I don't pick up. I was like, you asshole, you have friends that, like, you still want to get laid that aren't fucking tied down like you. Where do they go? I don't know. I never ask them. Come on. You totally know where they fucking go. When you're fucking married, it's all boring and shit. You want to know. You got to hear all that shit. But, anyway, no, that's important. Yeah, because, like, I think that when you're in a smaller place like that where it's like not so many possible places to go out and socially meet people, that it's probably better if you go to places where people naturally gather, like, I don't know, like Starbucks or some cafe or something where you can easily approach people, if you're not like much of an alcohol drinker, or just going up and talking to people in general is just like, hey, I'm a gaijin. What? Just start off the conversation like that. Yes, okay, sir, I'm a gaijin. You ever seen one of these before? It's awesome. I just
the last time my friends and I went to Tokyo just this past December. I mean, it's not related to Oita at all, but he was trying to holler, and he was trying to holler hard, right? And we were in Shibuya just walking down, and this, like, I think it's Omotesando or Harajuku, and this, like, fine girl, man, like supermodel, straight up, like the finest girl I've ever seen in Japan. She just walks past, and I tell my friends, like, hey, you try to say what's up, man, you should just, like, hit her up. and like, he did, man. Like, damn, man, I was like, oh, dude.
Oh, you got her contact and everything?
I think he got her Skype, but she didn't speak any English, and so it was just tough to link it all up. But
did he get it though? Did he get in?
No, I'm not with her, with someone else. Yeah.
No, for some other low-cut piece of shit steak, horrible fuggo. Yeah, gotta always set the bar high, but know when to settle, I guess. But yeah, no, that's a good thing, you know, when you just go out and you're, I don't know, like, everyone thinks, like, you know, well, we'll get into gaijin power later on into the podcast interview, because that is a good topic. I'll make a note of that.
It is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of that for fucking gaijin power. We're gonna get into that at later into the podcast. But for right now, I guess the next question is then, what was the hardest part about living in Oita? Was it like weather, location, or people, or like what was the hardest part?
Yo,
Cockroaches.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like right before I went to Oita, I was in Tokyo for 4 days, and it was like the best 4 days of my life. Like it was awesome.
Well, I mean, you were a college student, man. I remember being in college, and my roommate he would eat like, I only lived in this house for 3 months before I moved in with my other roommate, but I remember I was living with my other buddy, and it's funny, he's an Asian dude who's into cars too, ironically, and I remember I can't remember I think like he had another roommate named Ryan, and that fucker, he like quit college halfway through to play WoW because he's fucking fat ginger loser. And I remember he wouldn't clean his dishes, and he wouldn't even bring them in. Like, you know, there was like a water basin in the sink to put all this stuff in. Like, you just had to like fucking scrape off the shit into the trash can and put it in there. And he would just leave his plates in the fucking room, and like we got like rats and cockroaches and shit. And so whenever I think, but I went to other college, like, you know, dorm rooms or like fucking apartments too, and it seems like really similar. All these people, they always had their parents look after them, so they're really bad, like, you know, just not hygiene, but what do you say, you know, cleanliness around the house, which like, you know, invites bugs and stuff. But was your place like that, or would you consider yourself quite cleanly enough to not have cockroaches coming in? Was it just you, or was a lot of people getting cockroaches?
It was everybody, man. It was, so that dormitory, whoever moved out in the spring, like they moved out, and there was like a period of 3 or 4 months where it was just vacant, and it was like hot weeds to summers hit real hard, and when everybody moved in, they were just like huge cockroaches. Like they flew, and they're huge, and it was gross. And that was like the first hit that I had of like homesickness, of like culture shock, or whatever you want to call it. But like that first day when I moved into Oita, I was like, yo, what did I get myself into?
Like, did you ever think about moving out of there, or just getting a bunch of I mean, I don't have any roaches in my house or bugs, but I still have what do you call it? I have roach traps set up around my house just in case, and I also have ant ant
Yeah.
thing or whatever, anti-ant things. Yeah. But like I don't have bugs here, but I had them one time because I was living with like these men who were all over 40. It was so funny. My first set of roommates I had here, I think, well, they were all really older than me, which I think they didn't like at some point because I was younger than them, but I had a house and I was renting it out to older men who didn't have their shit together. But anyway, I remember all of them drank. Like every single night they'd come home and they'd all have like 2 or 3 beers each. And then they wouldn't wash out the cans. They just throw it in a bag. And it was during summer. And we got ants in here. And like, that's when I realized, you need to wash cans before you throw them out. And also that alcohol attracts bugs during the summer. And so we just kept those outside. So like even if bugs came, like they weren't in the house. But it wasn't. But anyway, yeah. Oh, did you even try putting down roach motels or whatever? Or?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, like it was just that first like walking in there and seeing like these huge flying cockroaches. I was like, I wanted to know what the fuck out. I was just like, oh man. I never seen anything that huge in the States, like ever. Like these dudes are huge. When I lived in Hokkaido, I didn't see that. When I lived in Tokyo, I didn't see that. When I lived in Oita, I saw a lot of that.
Well, it is like kind of a tropical kind of what is it, hot area, right? Shit.
That's right.
Okay, well, fuck. Well, okay, so cockroaches. Everybody, be prepared that you might possibly have to run into bugs if you move to Oita, but just make sure to do your research before you move in, and also be prepared to spend a week or two placing down roach traps, because roach traps, they work really well, man. They work fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess so that leads me to the next question, which is, what's the best part about living in Oita? Or what's the easiest? Or the last one was, what was the hardest? What's the easiest part? Well, like, what's the most fun part about living in Oita besides the gay onsen's?
I don't know. I feel like anywhere in Japan that is kind of not like a huge city has this like local vibe where everyone's like nicer in general, and especially with Oita. Well, I think the best part was that there weren't so many foreigners at the time, so it really did force me to like have to learn Japanese. Especially to that level where like I could like go to a restaurant and order food or something.
Oh, so everyone was like in general like nice and very welcoming, and you could learn Japanese. You were forced to learn Japanese, but it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah,
that's what I liked about it. It wasn't to the point where like, I mean, you could just walk in anywhere and there would be English menus and stuff. No, it was totally not. A lot of time like, I didn't even know what I was ordering. I'd just be like, oh, I'll get that.
Yeah, just point. I remember that sucked so bad when I first got here. I'd just be like, "What? You don't even have pictures? I don't care about the English menu, but do you got pictures? No. Oh, fuck it. Just roll the dice each fucking time. Oh, I hope this doesn't have cat AIDS or something in it. Okay, boom, this one. Most of the time it worked out pretty well, but or you could go in this into their like in the restaurant and be like, you see somebody else eating that and you just point to that guy and be like, I want that. And then the waitress goes over and slits the guy's throat and then brings him on the table and says, you wanted it, right? I was like, no, didn't want that. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I got issues. Anyway. It's like, what the fuck kind of podcast is this? No. But what is it? Okay, so the easiest part is definitely the people living there and just the atmosphere in general. What about like weather? Was it like I'm guessing since it's southern Japan, it wasn't too cold most of the time, right?
It wasn't too cold, no. But the summers they get really humid.
Oh yeah, like balls humid, right?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah.
Is it like Vietnam or like Thailand humid?
Yeah,
or is
it was like, yeah, it's humid at night. It was just like hot. I mean, when I lived in Tokyo, it was like that too. So I guess yeah. So it was humid in the summers, and in the winter it didn't get too cold. So
if you live above the 4th floor, it's usually awesome because you can just open up your balcony window and then like the wind breeze just coming through is pretty nice. You know, you got to get away from all the balls. Street humidity. Got to get up.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, dude. So next question. I'm going to Oita for like a 3-day weekend. You're coming too. It's all expense paid. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We got all the money that we can. Where are you taking me for like the first, second, and third day? Where are we going? I'm leaving this trip all up to you. You can pick what season we're going and everything. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Sure. The first day I would definitely go to Beppu and check out that I think it's called Takasakiyama. It's a monkey mountain, and it's this place you can visit and you'd see monkeys, just like a lot of monkeys.
It's fucking chill monkeys. Okay.
Yeah, just chilling. And and then like there's other stuff there, but I would definitely do that. And then after that, there's those 7 onsens that I guess they call them the Jikoku onsen, like the onsens from hell, and they're okay, man. I mean, it's definitely that Beppu thing.
It's like the thing that you have to do if you go to Beppu kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't want to give you a spoiler alert, but like I'll just tell y'all. Okay, so like apparently there's like different colored onsens in that 7 onsen hell thing, but what they actually do is they just painted the floor. So like
those assholes.
They paint the spa red, like the inside of it red, so then the water reflects red off of it, and then you're like, oh shit, it's red.
Fucking douchebag assholes.
Oh my god! I remember I was like the girl I dated at the time. I was like wow, like how is this red? It's like, this is crazy. And then she looked at me. She's like, nah, look, it's just painted.
You're like, my whole life has been a lie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Santa Claus is real. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to Beppu. We're getting the onsen stuff. What else are we? What are we eating? What are we going? What are we gonna eat while we're there?
Yeah, we're gonna eat the karaage, the fried chicken, the sweet fried chicken. Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. Awesome. So what else are we gonna do in Beppu? We're gonna go to the beach or anything, or are we gonna go just what else are we doing? I remember they had a sex museum in Beppu, didn't they?
There is a sex museum. I've been there. Yeah, I went there. It ain't that crazy. Like it's like
it's kind of like
yeah.
Once you've been to one sex museum, you've kind of been to all of them.
Yeah. I think there's a sex museum, and then there's one of those I don't know, they're called like optical illusion museums where like they have those big furnitures that you take a picture and it looks all huge or you're upside down.
Oh yeah. Those are kind of weak and lame, but yeah. It's the age of the internet, It's worse than CGI. Oh. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, so that's the first day. What are we doing for the second day?
Second day, I would say if you have a chat, like if we rent a car and then do some driving, go to like Yufuin and check out more onsen.
Check out more onsen.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, like Oita just has a bunch of onsen. I'm sure there's there is a round one there. I mean, there's a round one in all parts of Japan, but that was at that time. That was the first time I went to, and I thought it was dope. So.
Okay, so. Okay, I'm getting onsened up. What else can we do? I want to go and see some nature shit or something. Where can we go?
Nature.
Some nature shit. I need some nature shit in my life.
Oh man, there's a lot of shrines and stuff.
Okay, we can go do some traditional Japanese shrine seeing, I guess, or whatever. Cool.
But actually, about me, I hate one of those things.
Oh fuck. Okay, I guess we're not going anymore. Shit.
Every time I was like, yo, once I see one, I see all of them. But
yeah, it does feel like that. It's like, oh well, this one has a special history. Yeah, but it looks the fucking same, and just pour the water on the hands and go pray and ring the bell. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, I mean, but we're driving though. We got a car for the whole weekend. Where are we going? Where can we go?
We could go out of. I don't want to say it like that, but there's a.
We can leave Oita and just be like, "Fuck that, and let's go to Kumamoto instead."
I was gonna say there's this theme park in I think it's in Fukuoka prefecture. It's at it's called Spaceland or something. It was alright.
It's not Oita.
What else?
This is how much he remembers from Oita. He's just like, it sucked. Yeah. I wish I was in other prefectures.
I mean, yeah, that's what happened a lot.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we spent the second day just driving around, not being able to decide anything because we're getting bored looking at temples all day. Third day, what are we doing? What are we eating? Where are we going?
Well, I forgot at night we could hit up those pubs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
There's a 80s themed club bar in Beppu as well. I just remembered that.
Oh shit! I love '80s
Yeah,
themed
like a little
places.
disco, yeah, place.
Oh man, that's awesome. Okay, we're totally going there.
Yep. And besides that, I mean, yeah, the third day you could do like the second day, just figure it out.
Just drive and figure it out. You're a great PR
I'm
specialist
not-
for
I'm not the
Oita
best
Prefecture.
spokesman for because I
God,
did.
People are gonna
kind
just
of-
not even. They're gonna totally overlook this fucking Oita after hearing this podcast. They're gonna be like, okay, dude didn't really. He was there for long enough, but he didn't really give a shit about any of that stuff. And then you're like, no, seriously, go talk to anyone in Bamboo, and they're like, we got onsens and. What else do you have? Is there anything? No, we got the monkey part and the shitty sex museum. So, sir, are you okay? No, I'm gonna go kill myself now. I can't take this anymore. What? Oh God! Yeah, dude. That's...
When I lived in another, like when I used to live in Hokkaido, and my neighbor, like his wife, when they went on their honeymoon, they went to Beppu. And they told me that. I was like, where'd you guys go for your honeymoon? They're like, we went to Beppu. I looked at them, I was like, are you serious? Like, what'd y'all do there? Like,
and they were like, yeah, it sucks.
no, they got hyped. They went to the little fake hell, like onsen, like, the colored the hell onsens, and then they did that what do they call it? It's like a mud bath, I guess, like when you're on at the beach, and then they cover you and
oh yeah, like the sand bath, sandbathing or whatever. Yeah.
They did that, and I think they went to the sex museum too, and that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, I forgot you can hey, you can do that shit. Okay. Okay, so what was your local? Okay, so that covers that 3-day bullshit there. What was your local hangout? Where would you go to hang out when you weren't at home and at school or whatever?
I would go to at the time I joined the car club, and I joined a few different circles, but outside of school, my friends and I would go to that one bar a lot, Mr. Mary, and we wouldn't have to pay anything. It was great. At the time, yeah, that was amazing.
That's awesome. Okay, so now I guess we can include our fun stories. Really get into the kind of meat and potatoes of this that stuff. So why don't we go back to the gaijin power, the gaijin card thing that we were talking about earlier? Especially when you're picking up chicks, I think that like when you're a foreigner here, it's either you're putting people, especially if you're like a dude, you're putting women up on this fucking pedestal of like, oh my god, she's a beautiful angel, I'll never be able to talk to her, blah, blah, blah. I'd be so lucky. And then like somebody who's lived here for 10 years or something is like, dude, she ain't that hot, man. No, you don't understand, she's just the most beautiful one. No, dude, like heighten your standards, bro. But but then there will be people that like obviously understand that spectrum of shit, and they'll just be like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm only here for a couple of weeks, I'm just gonna say whatever I want, just be like, hey, what's up, baby, hey, how you doing, kind of thing. But I don't know, did you ever kind of push the gaijin power?
I mean, yeah, I went. It was definitely going in season at the time. It was. It was definitely going in season.
It was getting all kinds of hookups season.
It was alright. Yeah, I mean, at the time, yeah, I mean, like, my major in college was Japanese, right? So I had studied 2 years of Japanese, and I went to study abroad. So of course, for me, I wanted to improve my own Japanese ability, like, as much as I could, because I thought that's why I went, the reason why I'm going or whatever. So I spoke to so many people, like even like random people, like I was just excited about life to the nth degree that like I would talk to whoever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was cool. As far as like women and stuff, I mean, it'd be funny because at that bar we went to, they would do those group dates a lot, right? The gokon.
Yeah.
And so like actually, my friends and I, we would just sit at the bar and then talk with the owner. But then like we would hear these group dates going on, and usually it didn't go well. Like after like an hour or whatever, it just fizzed out, right? And then that's when we just walk, like come in and say what's up, and
Just swoop right in. Oh my
Yeah.
god, what are you, Sir Mix-a-Lot? Just fucking. Cosmo says you fat. Well, I ain't down with that. Yeah, this fucking. Oh man, that is awesome. That is totally like, yeah. Thanks for warming it up for us guys. Oh man,
exactly. Yeah,
that is awesome. I had to recently stop talking to a girl that was what is it? Just because well, I mean, we had sex, but she was still really like a couple times, but she was really caught up on her ex-boyfriend still. So, and I realized at that point that like I think it was like a couple months into like knowing her and kind of fucking on and off that I was like, she's really still caught up on the ex-boyfriend, and I'm just here as like an emotional like support while he like her ex-boyfriend, like I guess they eventually ended up getting back together, but you know, it's just like I was like, I'm just here because he's not giving you any attention, and on occasion I get rewarded with sex or something. And I was like, you know, but then he shows up out of the blue and just gets it, like, you know, within 5 seconds. She's just like, oh, he didn't do nothing. He didn't like talk to her. And I was just at that point, like, I just stopped talking to her. I just stopped replying to her messages, and she was just like, well, you know, really wish we could be friends. And the thing is like, I didn't want to be a dick about it, but I'm just like, I was like, you know what? If you want emotional support, go get it from your fucking ex-boyfriend. Who is he your boyfriend now? What's going on? I'm like, you know what? You should. I'm sick and tired of putting in the work and him getting all the fucking. I'm warming her up for you, buddy. Don't worry. It's just like no. And like I'm seeing other chicks too, but I just like, you know, all your time is limited here, and you got to be careful. But this has nothing to do with gaijin power in general. But I'm just like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, you gotta invest your time wisely. And those guys that go to the Gokons, man, they're just like, yeah, well, I'm gonna go there, and we're gonna see at least one girl who's gonna like me, and then we're gonna like hit it off and make babies, and just gonna fucking spray inside, trooping style, and I don't know, it's just, but then it's like, nope, Gaijin,
I've
hey,
actually never heard of it working, man. It's always it's like same shit. It's like nothing ends up popping off, or maybe like one guy and one girl, they hit it off, but everyone else is like, nah. Like,
yeah. It's fucking retarded. Well, I mean, it is good though. I mean, there needs to be a balance of dudes and chicks when it comes to going out on those group events in general, man. Yeah, I think like what is it? I realized when we had the YouTube Hanami this year, and I threw it in a bar because I thought it was gonna be raining. Like when we got there, it was fucking raining like crazy. So we were like, let's just move to a bar. And I realized at that point that you know, because it was only like my party. And that like a lot of people didn't come because of the weather, but also it's just the people that did come, it was mostly dudes,
yeah,
who don't know how to get women,
okay,
which isn't a bad
okay.
thing. But when it's at 2 p.m. at a bar on when it's 2 p.m. at a bar on Saturday, you know, the only women, and I realized at that point I was like, well, the only women that I know are the women that I'm either fucking or that I want to fuck, and so I'm not gonna invite them all to one place. I mean, that's just suicide right there at that point.
Yeah.
But what is it? But I realized like I was like, I need to get like somebody like a gay guy or like a chick that has a lot of female followers, and then invite them to the party next time. So then there's a balance of for JJ and whatever, because that was just, I mean, I think it's fun. It makes it a lot more fun and interesting when you have equal amount, or at least a similar amount of a little bit of D to V, you know what I mean? So I just realized dick and vagina sounds like domestic violence when you put it in acronym form. Oh shit. Well, hey, I mean, you know, it makes sense, right? I mean, you got to put 2 and 2 together. Oh shit. What is it? No, I just what is it? Do you have any like fun, interesting stories from when you were in Oita Prefecture that you want to share with us? Like any drunk, fun, fighting stories or whatever?
Fighting stories, no. I mean, like, it's kind of dumb, but like no, nothing like. I mean, well, okay, I actually do have a story. One, and then you remember you asked me how else would I meet people. One of my friends over there, she had studied abroad in America, and then she lives in Oita. Like, she's a Japanese lady, and she taught English, and so occasionally, like every week, she would invite me to like be a conversation partner for her students. And one of the funniest stories, man, like she was like, Tuan, like I want you to meet one of my students, right? And I was like, ah, that's cool. And she would, at the time, like I was a little poor college student, so she would take me around. And this was at the mall, and this girl, she worked at the Docomo store, and she was like, hey, like Docomo girl, I forgot her name. She's like, hey, Docomo girl, like, hey, this is Tuan, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. And then she's like, well, Docomo girl, isn't it true that you love dick? And then the Docomo girl, she's like, yes, I love it. And she looks at me. I was like, whoa, like, that was like, I don't know. For me, I thought that was
dick
insane.
in context, or was it like,
yeah, like dick, like dick, as in like dick, like
penis,
all,
like
penis,
big
straight up,
hard
yeah.
cock in her face?
Yeah, hell yeah, it's like straight up. And then
Was
she
she
looked at me
saying it
like
in Japanese, or was she like,
No, it was in English. Yeah, no, it was in English.
She's like,
yeah.
you
It was
love
like-
dick, don't you? Oh yeah, I'm just such a big fan of dick. Just all the holes being filled up at the same time with big hard black cock. Just like, well, I mean, I can fill one of those things at least. I don't know. Wow, that's awesome. Wow, yeah, man. Some people have like. Maybe it's just because you're a foreigner. Like, I can never tell if it's just because those people already have such a chill relationship with themselves, or because I'm a foreigner. But it's just like, people will say shit that I would never even say in front of my friends, like my closest friends. They'll just say right in front of me. Like, one woman, I remember one time I went to this wedding party, or this after party for a wedding party. I never go to the wedding parties because you always have to pay like $200 or $300. You can't pay or 400. I forgot what it is, but you can't. You got to pay like $200 to go to the wedding ceremony. I never give a shit about that, so I always go to the after party. And we went to this after party at this Indonesian or Malaysian or whatever fucking restaurant in Shinjuku, and I'm there with a girl who, well, we never dated, but we did the thing. And anyway, I'm there with her friend, who I was dating at that time, and we're just sitting around outside, like, they're smoking because they're smokers or something, and I wanted to get some fresh air, so I'm just like out there sitting, and I just remember the girl, she's just the one that used to do the things with, she's sitting there, she's just like, wow, you see that building over there? I was like, yeah. She's like, I got an abortion in that building. And I was like, huh. Wow. I was like, did I come in on the wrong moment here? Is that my cue to leave or get the fuck out? Like, she's like, I was like, huh, cool. Like, it's times like that where you just got to be chilling. You're like, yeah, shit, fuck, yeah. Just like, huh, okay. I was like, why did you? And like, I asked her that in Japanese. It's like, I told her, I was like, なんで僕はなんか僕の前になんかそのすごい個人的なことを言うの？なんかすごいなんか秘密的とか他の人に言わないのことはなんかなんで僕の前にそんなに簡単に言えるの? And she's just like, yeah, 別に like just like I was just like, why are you saying such a personal shit in front of me? She's like, I got no reason, it don't matter. It's great. Some people are just like, huh, but yeah, that's so funny how people can just like be like, yep, whatever, it's cool. Shit. Any other funny weird stories besides the dick? Wait, so did you end up giving that Docomo girl some dick or what?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then but it was crazy because and then the next day, like she left or whatever, and then the next day I had a bicycle. I was biking to a university. I fucking hit a car, man. Like I got in an accident.
Oh shit. Wait,
yeah,
did the car hit you or did you hit the car?
Well, I was being a dumbass. Like this truck was pulling out. I thought I could swerve in front of and make it, but he pulled out more, and I smacked the fucking door.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening? Did you have to like pay, or did they pay, or what?
Yeah,
were you okay?
He gave me some. Yeah, he gave me some money, and he paid. Fixed fixed my bike and whatever, all that. Yeah, it was fine. I mean, like I went that same night. I went to the bar, and then Mr. Merritt, he was like, "Yo, Twan, you should juice this motherfucker. Like, yo, like you should like just walk in front of go to the cops and be like, oh, I'm dying." Like, I was like,
you're like, nah, it's cool, no big deal. Yeah, oh man, Yeah, that's the funny thing in Japan. Like, they'll love, like, fucking asking for that compensation bullshit. That's so... I mean, you know, it really just depends, but it's good that you weren't a complete piece of shit and just totally taking that poor truck driver for everything he's worth.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, wait, I was just going to say, my buddy, ex-buddy, I haven't talked to him in years, but he's this, like, giant fat guy who's, like, 6 foot something, like, huge fucking, like, you know, if you ever watch WWE, he's kind of like the Big Show, except he doesn't work out at all. He's just a big, tall, fat guy. I remember one time he got so drunk, he I don't know why, he goes on these drunk binges all the time. I'm surprised he's still in Japan and still, like, employed, because he's the most irresponsible drunk person I've ever seen. But anyway, he would always go on these drunk binges, and one night he got really drunk. I think it was in Saitama or something, for one of his school parties, because he wanted to well, anyway, the point is, I forgot what motivated it, but he got really drunk, and then he, like, jumped on a car, like a tiny K car, and, you know, he's giant and fat, and he's jumping on this car, and he ends up, like, breaking the suspension, and also he like, breaks the roof. He, like, indents it. Like, you know, it's not like a little pop in from the other side to, like, fix it. Like, they had to replace the fucking roof. And, because of that, because of him being fat and drunk and jumping on somebody's tiny-ass K car, he had to pay them, like, $8,000 plus, like, fucking compensation. And so, but he doesn't have that kind of money. So every month for the last, like, at least well, I don't know when I knew him at the time, like, at least the last 3 years or whatever, he would send the guy through bank transfer every month $100 as, like, you know, as, like, sorry money or whatever.
I mean, you know, at least it's only 100. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, but, like, I think, like, they made it so he has to do it for the next 10 years or something because he couldn't pay it all at once or some shit. I was just like, you're a fucking idiot. Don't drink and damage property. You can drink, but just don't damage other people's property. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, please continue. I want to hear more awesome Oita stories.
Yes, that night, right? I where that, you know, the day I hit a car, and then at night I went to the bar, and then I could tell, like, this one girl who will go there, she was feeling me, and so like, she was like, I remember she said something like, oh, like, 'cause I was feeling kind of, like, tired or whatever. I got, you know, hit by a car, and she was like, you should get some air, you know, like, outside. I was like, yeah, we should get some air outside. And so she's like, yeah, together. I was like, yeah, together. And so we bounced. And then she ended up giving me a ride home, and then we slept together. But that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. You're like, then I had sex. It was awesome because I had sex. Doesn't matter, I had sex. That's good. That's good. Like, I remember, what is it? Just like, that's so cool when you're young in Japan and you're just like, wait, like, it's sex time? Wow, I get sex? Whoa. This is cool. Wow, like, thank you. Like, you know, just like, just like, this is awesome. This is yeah, like, oh man, I remember. Oh shit, a similar story, but it's just, yeah, that's happened more on occasions that I would like to admit, I guess, but it's always been like slightly older or just older chicks with me. It's never been chicks my own. Well, on a majority of the time, it's been older women. I don't know, for some reason, older women love, like, cute little tiny like chubby dudes like me or something. For some reason, when I was younger like that, they used to be like, yeah, like, I can drive you home. Oh man, fuck. Oh man, now that I think about it, that happened, like, blatantly happened, and I didn't even understand what that. I was in Kanagawa in Fujisawa, and I was there for a friend's party, and I was supposed to be heading back because my friend was my friend's girlfriend at the time, but he was in America, and he was like, I don't feel comfortable if you sleeping at her house or something. I was like, whatever, fine, but I didn't have any other friends there, so I was planning on taking the train back, and we ended up going to this party, and then that split off into, like, a couple other, like, after parties that I didn't plan on going to, and then, you know, it's from Kanagawa to Tokyo, so it's like a 2 fucking plus hour, like, you have to leave, your last train's at, like, 10:01 or something, you know, so I, of course, like, 10:02 happens, and I'm like, oh, I can't make it, and like, it's about, like, 1 a.m. or something, and I'm like, I want to go to bed, but there's no even internet cafes around there or anything for me to crash, and my friend's girlfriend, she was cheating on my buddy, which I don't care because he was a dumbass and he was cheating on her in America, so whatever, but she ended up fucking a guy from the thing, and she's like, I'm gonna go with him, and she didn't say she was going back to her apartment. I was like, well, can I crash at your apartment? I mean, I don't care at this point about being loyal and respectful to my friend. I just want to sleep. I'm not gonna fuck you. And she's like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I was like, why? And she's like holding hands with this other fucking white guy. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But then at that time, I remember fucking was her name Yoko? It was funny because like ironic Yoko, but older Japanese woman. But this woman was there at the party. She was older than everybody else, but not like old, wrinkly older, like, you know, just like mid 30s, while I'm like late, you know, really early 20s. And she's like, yeah, well, like, she's like, I can take you back to my place, you can crash there. I was like, really? Like, I'm sorry, like, you know, as long as I have a sofa or something, it's fine. She's like, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then we get back there, and she's like, you need to jump in the shower. And I was like, oh shit, do I smell bad or something? She's like, no, it's just you can't sleep in the bed until you take a shower. I was like, oh, I guess maybe she has like and it was like a kind of a studio apartment, so I was like, oh, maybe she has like a fold out bed or something, and that makes sense. Okay. And so I get out, I go and take the shower, then she like I get out, and I was like, I don't have pajamas, so I'm just like kind of in my boxers. I was like, sorry, I don't have pajamas. She's like, that's fine, get in the bed. I was like, oh, okay. And so she goes to take a shower, and then she comes back, and she gets in the bed too. I was like, oh, like it hit me at that point. I was like, oh, this is sex time. Oh shit. And I was just like, oh man, I was like so happy and horny that I like we fucked like 5 times that night. She's like, oh, I love young men. I was like, oh shit, like sex, dude, this is awesome. We didn't sleep at all, like. You know, it's ironic. I needed sleep, but I guess I didn't. You know, when you're horny, your adrenaline kicks in. You're just like, fuck sleep, sex time, yeah, buddy. And that was really nice. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, that was just, wow, that was funny. Just like getting in the bed. I'm like, wait, she's getting in the bed. Whoa, whoa. So that's how it works, guys. Yeah. So that's awesome.
I just remembered another thing about Oita, right? So,
yeah.
I was dating someone at the time, and she was like, "Hey, like, do you want to go to onsen?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." You know, I'm thinking I'm gonna go to like, you know, the guys thing, and she's gonna go to the girls thing. You know, do her onsen. Meet up after. I'm like, "Yeah, it sounds fine." And so we get to the onsen, and I guess like, well, in Oita, at certain onsen, there's like they have like these. I guess they call them
Konyoku.
Yeah.
The family room,
it's like
or
the private. Yeah, the private onsen.
Oh
deal,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. They actually have a lot of those. I forgot about that. And she's like, "Which room do you want?" I was like, "Oh, we can pick." I was like, "Okay, let's do that." And then like when I was walking with her to that thing, my mind was getting blown. I was like, "What the fuck is about to happen?" And it was just like that, you know what I'm saying? So it was like.
Wait, were you guys dating or not dating at that time?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like if it's just like random fucking onsen being naked in front. Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Like...
and I was gonna say, on like to add to that, there is a love hotel over there. It's called Jizosaurus Rex. Like,
that's original. Jizosaurus Rex. Spray deep, spray hard, spray trooping. That's okay. So wait, so did you guys end up fucking in that family onsen room or whatever, or what?
No. Well, not that at that time. We did at another time, but she did give me head, like, you know, in the under the water, like the hot water, and then she got really dizzy and she had to like stop and like lay down. And I was like, "Are you gonna die?" Like,
yeah, don't die. Shoving cock in the hot water while that's awesome. That's the way to. You gotta have a lot of dedicated tongue work to do that in the onsen. Shit, I've never had sex in a family onsen. That's or family onsen. I've never had sex in front of families in Japan. No, that's what is? I know they had the family rooms here, but what is it? I remember when I went to Beppu one time, like the only time I've been to Beppu, I was like 18 and traveling by myself in Japan. And the fucking youth hostel manager, he's like, dude, you gotta go to this mixed onsen, man. Hot chicks and shit too. You just go in there, bro, show your stuff. You're all good then, bro. And I was like, okay. And I go in there, just fucking like 80-year-old people. There are tons of chicks, but they're all over like 70 and just like, yeah. And I was like, God damn it. I have a buddy who like actually specifically tries to go for gilfs. That he's like 60's too young, got to go 70. And I was just like, I didn't know him at that time. I met him a couple years later, but talking about this now, I think he would have been in heaven. He would have been like, "Yo, what's up, babe? You come here often?" But I was young and scared, and so I just excused myself. I didn't even go in. Now, if I'm old, like I'm older now, and I don't give any shits, so I would go in, but and just be like, whatever the fuck. But yeah, that would be man, yeah, that's yeah, that was unfortunate. I had a different image in my mind of what mixed onsens would be, but
yeah, it's like the nude beaches. Now you go there, it's not like that.
yeah, just fucking man, that's I don't know. I'm not really much of an onsen guy. I just because like when I get in there, it's like kind of like when you go to like a ramen place and you got like that pork fat just like in the broth for the making the broth. It's just like loose from the bone and it's all just like I don't know. That's what I feel like when I go into onsen. Maybe if I was skinnier and it was more down to like my muscles, it would feel good. But I just feel like the fat is just getting boiled and detaching from my bones. I'm just like I'm not much of a onsen bath guy, or if I am, like I really need to like I'm not the kind of guy that can jump in. I gotta ease myself in there, just like hot sex. Oh yeah. What am I talking about? Wait, so did you work in Oita too, or were you just a college student there the whole time?
I taught like some private lessons at the time, but not really. I didn't really work. Nah, it was like actually the times I did do like lessons at Starbucks, I would speak more Japanese and then English. I didn't really teach them English. It's like
That's awesome. That was like my first part-time private job too, just speaking Japanese the whole time and getting paid for it. It's awesome. What was what was your commute like?
I did have a part-time job. I just remember this. Oh my god, like I taught like at a little English like kyositsu, like the little classroom for kids.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even remember how I got that job. I'm still friends with the owner. Like the bosses were good people, man. They took me fishing and like we went drinking a lot. It was awesome. I only taught like 2 lessons there, but every weekend we'd hang out.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's so cool. Isn't that great when like that's the one thing that like people fucking don't even like they have an idea of, but they don't get that like when you're coming to Japan for the first time that like you're gonna meet all these cool people that are basically gonna take you like just because you're they're gonna take you around and just show you all this really cool shit and the whole I mean like people might be like, well, they're just using you as a gaijin to updo their status or whatever. It's like, hey dude, if somebody wants to just if they're getting mentally stimulated just by me being there and them just being like getting a little bit of an ego boost of just be like, dude, I'm getting to show this fucking gaijin who doesn't know shit about my country around, like, hey man, like fuck it dude, I'm totally down for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, like good people, man. Like that I was really serious about like when that's what wanted like why I wanted to come back to Japan. I just remember all those great people like we just hanging out, good times. They would invite me, like they even paid for me a lot of the time. I didn't have that much money, but like I just remembered that I was like I want to go back. You know what I mean? Like more than anything, the cars, the anime, the games, the people for sure. You know what I mean? That was what made me want to come back.
Fuck yeah, dude. Smoke weed every day. Hell yeah. That's so I guess but how was your commute from like your fucking dorm or whatever to this school? Like how was it? Do you have to go on the train? Like how was it getting around Oita?
Yeah, there's a couple options. Like you could ride a bike to school. It took like 30 minutes. Or it took 30 minutes riding kind of hard, or like 40 minutes like casual. Or you could go like bike 10 minutes to the train station and then take a train. And then actually I had a motorcycle too, so I would drive to school.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you just get an international driver's permit or something before you came to Japan, or? Yeah,
I did. At that time I was 18 and I took like little MSF class in the States. I got my my motorcycle license. And then I got international driver's permit, and then I was able to buy a bike, and it was all good. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay.
Oh, I had a good story too, man. Like the insurance guy, man. Like I had a motorcycle, and my friend Like we had this insurance agent there. He was super friendly. I never had such good service, man. Like my friend, he wrecked. He laid down his bike when we were traveling, and he had to lay it down because a stupid K truck driver like tried to turn in front of him. But that same day, the insurance guy, he told us to go to his house. Like it was a weekend. He's like, come to my house like right now. And then he got us all sorted out and like helped my friend out, and it was great service. And Mr. Fuji, always remember him.
Fuck yeah, like yeah, it's like, but isn't this your day off? Fuck it. My stupid whole
Yeah.
wife is just being a bitch. Just, I need somebody to hang out. No, that's probably not the case. He's probably just a cool dude. He's just, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I love about Japan, man. That I can't fucking, like, why I can't like see myself moving back to the States ever. It's just like you can't expect that kind of like human to human level treatment in America ever, and if you get it, it's a miracle. But in Japan, like, it's not only like common, but it's kind of expected, for people to go out of their way, the omotenashi, going out of your way to make somebody's experience that much more like streamlined and comfortable. And just like in America, I rarely got that, and I don't know, that's the one thing that I couldn't, like, I would always, in America, I always feel afraid that everyone's just trying to scam you, dog eat dog kind of thing. But in Japan, it's more about protecting the peace, protecting the heiwa, and just harmony and shit. I don't know, maybe because you've been back in the States since like for 2 years plus now, but that's just, I don't know, that's one thing I love about Japan. Just like, yep, hey, you need shit, whatever, fucking come over here. For all we know, maybe we're just like, I don't want this to sound like I'm putting Japan on a pedestal, but I mean, I totally am. But at the same time, I just wait for somebody to put in the comments, you don't know, man, maybe his wife was cheating on him and he's fucking depressed and he just needs somebody to come over to his house. Well, speculation aside, it's like, he went out of his way to help somebody when he didn't need to on a time where he didn't. Because I'm totally selfish. I would be like, fuck you, Monday. Like, fuck,
Yeah, I know.
Monday. Call me on Monday.
Let it go to voicemail.
Yeah, it was like going, oh man. I remember my Swedish buddy. He worked for a Japanese company, and he didn't get fired, but every company that's full time has a 3-month contract for all their people. And I remember my buddy was like, yep, he couldn't. What was it? He didn't make the final cut because he would just turn off his phone when he would go to bed, and they would call him sometimes. And he's just like, nope. And they're like, you can't do that. And he's like, oh yeah, totally sorry, definitely gonna keep it on. And he just turn it off the whole fucking time. He's like, fuck you, this is my sleep time. Suck my dick. So what was like the rent like? You already talked about shitty cockroaches, but what was the rent for the?
Really cheap.
It was really cheap. How much?
Yeah. I think it was like, man, I mean, it was the apartment provided by the school, and we paid like, I think like 200 a month, like all in.
Wow, that's awesome.
Or yeah, like 250 or something. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all.
Nice. What is it? I think when it comes to housing, I guess. Okay, but aside from the cockroaches, did you mind? Like, did you like where you lived? At least was it like, good air conditioner and everything?
It was great. Yeah, like after that initial like cockroach, that was the first memory I've had of Oita. Like, if you asked me about Oita, I was like, oh, I remember the first day. But after that, it was great. Like, because I had at the time when I moved in, I had a roommate, and then I didn't want a roommate, so they told me I could move to Beppu. And they had a housing over there, and it was like this really nice like 10-floor apartment, and with the oceanside view and everything, and it was great. But the reason why I moved out of there is they had curfew, man. Like, you had to sign in all your guests, and then if they weren't out by
curfew?
Yeah, no, it was insane, like at 10 p.m. if they weren't out, they would literally call your room and like put you on blast.
And you'd get like, what would happen if you didn't meet curfew more than like a couple times or whatever? Would you get in trouble or like get kicked out or what?
I don't know what happened, man, but like he would announce it over the intercom as well. You know what I mean? Like, he put you on blast. That security guard.
Fuck those guys. Yeah, a curfew's the most retarded shit ever. I still give women so much shit. Well, I mean, I used to. Now I just try to fuck them and leave them because I'm an angry, cold-hearted man. But what is it? Just like I remember when I first came to Japan, I'm like, A girl would be like legitimately into me and stuff, and then she'd be like, "I'm sorry, I got to go home," and I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "I got curfew." I'm like, "You're 27. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" I live with my parents, and they don't like me being out too long. I was like, "You're fucking 27. Like, what's?" And I've encountered this plenty of times now. Now I'm just like, okay, like I'm just like, oh yeah, I totally understand. And then I just fuck them, keep them out on purpose late night, and then get them blasted, and then just get them all angry, and then just fucking don't talk to them later just because I'm angry at them for their status in life. Or just not status, but it's like, you're old. You should not be caring about what your parents think when you're over 18. And so that's now they just know that they've got a bitter, angry spot in their heart for some fat guy who fucked them and then didn't call him again. Seafood dinner. Oh yeah. So what? I guess I'm gonna. What is it? We're gonna. Are there any other interesting stories that you'd like to bring up that you think about? Otherwise, I got 2 last questions for you.
I tried fugu a number of times, and I mean it's okay, man. Like they have several ways of serving it. Like one is like the sashimi, like raw.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty good. But then they also have it as like fried, like fried fish, fried blowfish or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a big fan of that. It was just okay. I mean,
yeah, fugu
but I would
doesn't
recommend,
taste
yeah.
like anything. It's like
Yeah,
just bland.
Yeah.
I mean, you only eat fugu just to tell everybody, yeah, I've eaten fugu. That's the only reason.
Exactly.
No, there's nobody who's like going out of their way and be like, I gotta fucking, dude, it's Friday, it's fugu day. We're going to get fugu, baby. The blowfish, the Japanese blowfish is not that tasty. I don't know. Okay then. Well then, I guess the last 2 big questions I have for you are, would you recommend somebody live in Beppu as their first place to live in Japan? Why? Why not?
Beppu Oita, man.
Or I mean Oita, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If your school, like, if you're like, let's say a college student and your school has like a sister like relationship with Oita, or something like that, then I would say yeah, like it's cost of living is cheap. You're gonna learn a lot more Japanese being in a local environment like that versus a big city, and good times, good people. I would say yes, but if you were just like out of school and just trying to find your first like step in Japan, and you got options, no man, I would not recommend it.
It's like if you're a young starving college student and you need some place to be, then yeah, but nah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's nah.
I get it. Fuck yeah, dude. This okay, and then I guess what are your future plans? Are you gonna come back to Japan at some point, or you just kind of gonna come to visit but never live again?
I was thinking about it. Man, like I've met so many people in Japan who would tell me like, yeah, I thought I left for good, and I'm back here working. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be one of those dudes or not, but I mean, I've thought about it. I mean, like, I can definitely say that I lived there for a lot of my early 20s, like when I was 19 up to like 25, 26 or something, or like 19 or 20 to 25 basically, and it definitely shaped me in a way that's like, I guess like my friends back home like is a bit different. So but now that I'm back in the States, I can I enjoy it. I enjoy both places. They both have pros and cons. I'd probably go back for sure for travel, but for working, it's a maybe.
Yeah. Awesome. And yeah, dude, if you have anything that this is the part of the podcast where I will let Tuan, if you have any buddies, businesses, or websites or whatever thing that you'd like to promote, feel free to promote it. So the floor is yours.
All right, yeah. No, nothing to promote. I would just say that these are just like my own personal stories of my life in Japan. Obviously, it wasn't like always like fun ass times and stuff, but I would say if you want to live abroad and you're into Japan, it's definitely worth it living there. I mean, you're not gonna experience it any other way. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck to the yeah. Cool, man. Well, thanks for being on this podcast, guys. And if you'd like to learn anything more about Oita Prefecture, check the links down below. And once again, big shout out and thank you to all of my patrons and everybody who helped make this podcast a thing. You guys all stay black and stay tuned. See you on the next episode. Oh yeah, and before I leave, Tuan, can I get a stay black from you?
Yeah, stay black.
Yeah, stay black, bitches. Smoke weed every day. Cool. Okay, dude. Thanks, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. Yeah, buddy. Hey, everybody. Just some last-minute announcements. If you're not already doing it, please consider following us on social media, links down below. Big thank you to everybody who clicked on the podcast to listen today. Do us a favor, and if you liked this podcast, help us grow by smashing that like button, subscribe button, and subscribe bell to get notified when the new podcast comes out. Did you learn something new on today's podcast? Do you want to hear more? Which out of these 3 prefectures should we do a podcast on next? Let us know by emailing us at TkyoSam@gmail.com. If you are listening to this in your car and you want to conserve your phone data, consider following us on the other podcast platforms. We are currently on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Links down below. Like always, this wouldn't be a TkyoSam production without giving a special sweet thank you / shout out to all of the TkyoSam fam who support us over on patreon.com/TkyoSam. Without your support, this podcast would be much harder to produce. Thank you all so much for the support. That's it for this month's Prefecture podcast. What did you think of it? Good, bad? Let us know in the comment section down below. Finally, we are always looking for new people to interview on this podcast. If you check out the video description below, you can find out what prefecture we still need to find people to interview for. If you know somebody, let us know by emailing us at TkyoSam@gmail.com. Like always, this has been the Where Come From Japan podcast. Thank you all for watching, and most importantly, stay black.